In 1999, the world's most mysterious filmmaker completed his boldest and most dangerous film. But just days later, he suddenly died. Was it just a coincidence? Or did Stanley Kubrick see something so dangerous that surviving it was impossible? His film Eyes Wide Shut exposed secrets of the world's most powerful elites. But did Kubrick have scenes so shocking? The world was never allowed to see them. And the biggest question of all, was Stanley Kubrick silenced?
Stanley Kubrick wasn't just a director. People called him a cinematic scientist. Every frame, every movement, every sound, nothing happened without his control. His obsession ran so deep, he would shoot a single scene up to 70 times until every micro detail was perfect. Kubrick was obsessed with perfection. He'd make actors repeat takes again and again, analyzing every word, every gesture, like he was solving an equation. Each of his films was a layered puzzle. 2001, A Space Odyssey, The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, all were packed with hidden meanings, symbols, and psychological codes. But the real mystery, Kubrick wasn't just making films, he was manipulating reality. Through the screen, he was delivering messages only a few could truly decode. And that's why each of his films wasn't just a story. It became a coded warning. He craved control over his art, over his actors, and maybe, just maybe, over the system itself. Eyes Wide Shut wasn't just an erotic thriller, it was a chilling glimpse into the hidden world of those who ruled the world. Through this film, Stanley Kubrick exposed an elite circle where lives are controlled through sex, power, and secrecy. The central plot follows a seemingly ordinary doctor who accidentally stumbles into a secret society's ritual. A society where everyone wears masks, where everything happens under the name of consent. But behind those masks lies something far darker. Kubrick didn't portray this society as pure fiction. He presented it with such disturbing realism that many began to whisper, "This isn't just a film. This is a truth the world was never meant to see." Symbolism was everywhere. Masked faces, inverted rituals, and that eerie, unsettling music that haunted every frame. The film acted like a mirror for those brave enough to ask what really happens in the highest corridors of power. And the most terrifying detail, Kubrick delivered the final cut of Eyes Wide Shut to Warner Brothers. Just a few days before his sudden death. Was Eyes Wide Shut just a film? Or did Kubrick reveal the darkest secrets of the most powerful people on Earth? March 7th, 1999, Stanley Kubrick submitted the final cut of Eyes Wide Shut to Warner Brothers. He called it his greatest film, saying his vision was finally complete. But just 4 days later, on March 12th, the news broke. Stanley Kubrick was dead. The official report stated, natural heart attack. But questions still linger. So sudden, so perfectly timed. Just days after exposing a secret world, there were no warnings, no medical history to justify such a severe heart failure. People close to him said he was completely fine, actually excited about the film's release. But what's even more disturbing, after his death, parts of Eyes Wide Shut were mysteriously cut, without any explanation. The version the world saw wasn't the version Kubrick had created. The man who controlled every frame of his films. His final masterpiece was released without him. Can such a coincidence be real? Or did Stanley Kubrick uncover something so powerful that he was never meant to live after seeing it? Stanley Kubrick didn't make Eyes Wide Shut for himself, he made it for the world. The final version he submitted to Warner Brothers was 2 hours and 39 minutes long. But when it hit theaters, the film was only 2 hours and 15 minutes. That means 24 minutes of footage vanished. So the question is, what was in those 24 minutes that the world wasn't allowed to see? According to reports, those missing scenes showed the rituals in far greater detail, where the faces of elite members were more visible, and the symbolism linked to real secret societies was exposed more boldly. Some insiders claim the footage contained real-life inspired material. Scenes so close to reality, they mirrored the shadows of actual powerful people. And the most disturbing part? After Kubrick's death without his permission, Warner Brothers digitally altered certain scenes, adding masks, shadows, and distortions to hide real expressions and identities. The man who obsessively controlled every frame of his films had 24 minutes of his final masterpiece cut without a single explanation. Was it just editing, or did Stanley Kubrick show a truth so dangerous it had to be erased forever? Stanley Kubrick didn't die after just any film. He died after creating a movie that exposed the world's most powerful secret networks. Many conspiracy theories suggest Stanley Kubrick was silenced. One theory claims Eyes Wide Shut wasn't fiction, it was a documented truth. Through the film, Kubrick revealed the real face of a secret elite society. A world of rituals, mind control, and human exploitation. And the suspicion didn't start with this film. Kubrick's name had already been whispered in the shadows for years. Some believe he worked with NASA, that he directed the moon landing footage. They say Kubrick left hints in The Shining, Room 237, a hidden reference to the Apollo mission. Then there was the haunting interview with his wife, where she said, Stanley knew things he was never supposed to know. Another theory goes deeper, that Eyes Wide Shut wasn't just a film. It was Kubrick's final message, a coded confession from a man who spoke in symbols. Did he predict his own death through his own movie? And if he was silenced, who were these people who feared him so much? They erased the voice of cinema's most brilliant mind. These aren't just theories. They are the unanswered questions still echoing in the minds of those who watched and understood. Stanley Kubrick never said anything outright, but he hid something in every film. He wasn't just a filmmaker, he was a cryptographer, and every film was an encrypted message. Let's go back. The Shining. People called it a horror film, but the symbols, Room 237 Native American imagery, and Danny's Apollo 11 sweater, was it all just coincidence? Or was Kubrick subtly confessing that he had made something for NASA? A Clockwork Orange, a terrifying commentary on control, forced behavior, and social manipulation. This too felt like a warning that minds can be engineered and freedom can be an illusion. 2001, A Space Odyssey, Artificial Intelligence, Evolution, Non-Human Influence. A spiritual journey that felt eerily real. Some believe Kubrick slipped in a truth that only a few would ever recognize. Across all his films, Kubrick left patterns, duality, mirrors, geometric symmetry, disturbing calmness. They weren't just cinematic choices, they were clues. And when Eyes Wide Shut came out, all those clues came together like one final cipher. As if Kubrick was whispering, if you understand every symbol, from my first film to my last, you'll uncover the truth. But what was that truth? Maybe it was buried with him. Stanley Kubrick is gone, but the questions he left behind are still alive. He didn't just make films, he gave the world a glimpse into the faces that always stay hidden in the shadows. Did he show us the truth? Did he say something that was never meant to be said? Was Eyes Wide Shut his farewell message, or a chilling warning? Even today, his death raises theories. His films hide codes, and the fear in his eyes, you can feel it in every frame. Kubrick isn't gone. He lives in the mind of every viewer who dares to ask, was it real or just a film? But if you've set out to find the truth, be prepared. Because once you step into Stanley Kubrick's questions, you may never fully come back. If you found the secrets of Stanley Kubrick fascinating, don't miss our next video, where we uncover the hidden truths behind one of history's greatest atrocities, the Holocaust. Prepare to dive deep into mysteries and revelations that will challenge everything you thought you knew. Click on this video on your screen and see what happens in the Holocaust.